what I find interesting at this time in the world's history, where we're seeing science or scientists starting to understand some of the wisdoms or knowledge of the ancient people, and that's being recognised. So hardly a day goes by when you don't hear, oh, scientists have discovered that actually everything is just energy, or scientists have discovered, and there's nothing new about it at all. These things that they're discovering are very, very old, very, very ancient wisdoms. So what I found interesting with that movement toward, you might say, embracing of the old wisdoms is that in 2002 I was awarded the New Zealand Health Distinguished Service Award for research, developing and pioneering New Zealand native flower and plant essences for holistic healing. And what I found interesting about that was, one, the recognition from the health industry. Is quite unheard of for something that comes under the category of vibrational medicine. So vibrational medicine, we're focusing on the whole person. So they use the term holistic well-being, and that's really the thrust of vibrational medicine, or certainly our work with First Light flower essences. We're looking at the whole person, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that later, but just to give you an idea of what I mean by the whole person, that we're all aware of our physical body, okay, which can give us grief, which we have to look after and which we take care of, but we're not so aware of our metaphysical, and meta just means beyond. So we have our physical body, and then metaphysical means what's beyond the physical body. And of course, that's the realm of holistic medicine, where we're looking at the whole person, whether it's for ourselves, our children, whoever it may be. And the whole person includes not just the physical body, but we're looking at the human energy field, the aura. Some of you are familiar with the term aura. So we have, what's your name?
Carol.
So there's Carol sitting there, and there's Carol's physical body. But if we look and we see, right, where's Carol's energy body, her aura, where does it actually end? Well, Carol's quite relaxed, and so her energy body, the edge of it is right here. See, so right here. So that's Carol's sacred space, her space, even though we can't physically see it. And each and every one of you the same thing. We can see, right, where is your energy field and what's happening with it. Our energy field can change in size. Have memory of standing in a lift and you're sort of conscious of some part of you pulls your energy in, doesn't it? Or in a crowded bus or around somebody you don't particularly like, you'll pull your energy in. So our energy field is a very, very real part of our holistic being. And our energy field holds the memory. It's electromagnetic. So it holds the memory of all the things that we've experienced in our life. So let's say a child, if a child's had a traumatic birth, then a traumatic physical, because there are various degrees of trauma. There's physical trauma, there's emotional trauma, there's 7 different types. But let's just keep it simple for right now. Let's say a child's had a traumatic birth at a physical level, and it was probably emotionally traumatic as well. Now, that memory or that pattern stays in the energy field, because remember, the energy field is electromagnetic. Electromagnetic quite simply means that if whatever is in our energy field, we're going to attract more of the same. So who's had the experience of your day starts off badly and it turns to custard, that type of thing. So our energy field, we cannot underestimate the power of it. So coming back to, say, a child who's had a traumatic birth, then that child will keep attracting unconsciously, because this all happens at a subconscious or an unconscious level, attract into their life physical situations of accidents or near accidents, or even physical abuse at school, for instance, or even a physically abusive environment. So those the patterns in the energy field are incredibly important. So that's one aspect of holistic well-being. Another aspect is our chakras. We have chakras, 7 ones that are most familiar to us, and the chakras are like wheels of energy. Our chakras are actually gateways for chi or life force to come in from the universe to us. So everything's energy, chi or life force, prana, call it what you will, comes in. It's our fuel. You know how we fuel our car? And if our car doesn't get enough fuel, it runs out, it conks out. Well, it's the same with our metaphysical being. Chi, life force, prana comes in through our energy field into the chakras and revivifies. So let's say somebody has been betrayed in love, and that layer of their energy field is traumatized. They'll keep attracting traumatic types of emotional betrayal situations into their life. Eventually, the chakra will block. We close off. Makes sense, doesn't it? We say, oh, what closes off? There's our physical body still walking around, and we're doing what we do, and we're opening our mouth to eat, and we're doing all the things we do, but part of us closes off, blocks off, and it's a chakra that will do that, a particular chakra. Whether it's the throat chakra, we just don't talk anymore, or we're embarrassed about talking, or whether it's the heart chakra. It's like a domino effect. So eventually that person whose heart chakra has closed off because of betrayal or pain will have some physical problem with their heart. It's not a case of if, it's just simply a case of when. So allopathic medicine that treats at the level of focusing on the physical can't address this level that I'm talking about, because it's the realm of beyond the physical. That's what we can't see, the scars people carry, the wounds they carry, the blockages in them, that are just absolutely critical. Another component of holistic well-being is our DNA. So we come in, each and every one of us. In Māori spirituality, the word wairua, which is a spirit, when baby is born and it draws in breath, wairua means 2 waters or 2 rivers. So 2 streams of energy come into us when we are born. One is the inheritance from the family we've been born into. So there's this little baby comes in, and the apple of the parent's eye, maybe or maybe not. But what we don't see is that child's carrying an inheritance from that family that it was born into. And that inheritance can be physical conditions, but it can equally be metaphysical conditions. And metaphysicals like depression or patterns of divorce or painful relationships, all those types of patterns. And equally, the other stream of energy that comes into this baby that comes in is patterns from past lives. So we can have patterns of poverty, we can have patterns of ill health, all these patterns. So there are 12 different types of patterns. Then the last part of holistic well-being is the human soul. The soul. What is the soul? The soul, that part of us that's here on our own journey. The journey in this university of life to learn. And that's a huge part to be able to understand, where is the soul now? What's going on for the soul? And that, of course, is our plant essences. So what's going on for the soul? Because if a person loses heart, really they've probably lost connection with their soul. And at the core of all Indigenous cultures, the objective is to treat the spirit or the soul of the person. I mean, they're different things, but it's the same message. We've got to treat, because if that part gives up or is sick, then all the medicine in the world allopathic medicine isn't going to change anything, is it? Because something much deeper than that. And all of these things we can't see. Well, I can, but for most people, they're not visible. So when I say the term holistic healing, that's what I mean. That's my reference point, that there are essentially 5 components of a person that must be addressed if we are to really assist that person at all levels that we're capable of.